Tata Motors introduced the Altroz premium hatchback back in 2020 and loaded it with a massive features list, a few segment first custom packs, and an exciting design. The car brought plenty to the premium hatchback space, even as it missed out on an automatic variant and a turbo petrol unit. But this was solved in 2021 as the company introduced a new iTurbo variant. Nevertheless, many enthusiasts, as well as yours truly, rued on the fact that there was no automatic gearbox on offer. But that is set to change.
Now, Tata Motors has finally introduced an automatic transmission to its ultra-popular Tata Altroz, which was till now available with only a 5-speed manual gearbox paired to its 3 engine options. Now, the new system is a dual-clutch gearbox, or a DCA as the company likes to call it, but is only paired to a single petrol engine option. Now, there's lots to talk about the car and also about how the new gearbox behaves, but before we get to it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we go live with a new automotive content.
Let's get straight to the pièce de résistance of Tata. The new 6-speed DCT box is developed in-house by Tata and is offered with only a naturally aspirated unit and not with the iTurbo, as the former drives most of the sales for the company and is also the intended audience. But that does not rule out the possibility of adding the convenience of an automatic gearbox to the more powerful petrol unit. Our test vehicle is the 3-cylinder 1.2-litre Revitron unit that develops 85 brake horsepower at 6000 rpm and 113 Nm of peak torque at 3300 rpm. The company claims a fuel efficiency figure of 18.11 kmpl on the Altroz DCA.
Now, as you start driving the car, right away the engine is energetic, but it lacks the feel of ample power. Now, this may or may not be because of the 20 to 22 kilos added over the manual transmission, but nevertheless, it is quite engaging and is quite comfortable for city driving. The engine, as we know, is quite refined and Tata has done a splendid job in soundproofing the car. But the biggest highlight is the 6-speed DCT unit, which is paired to this petrol engine and brings out a whole nother character to the car, to the overall performance of the car. Compared to the other automatic transmissions in the segment, Tata has obviously and most definitely got a superior product in their hands. On lower rev bands, it tends to be slightly lazy and takes its time to upshift, but this smoothens out as you move past the 2000 rpm mark. Now, Tata says that this unit uses a planetary gear system, which enables it to be more efficient and quicker because of the less components used. But when we compare it with the 1-litre turbo of the i20 with the 7-speed DCT, this lacks the tenacity, but that does not mean that it is not quick.
Tata claims that with the new gearbox, the shifts are quicker by 250 milliseconds than a conventional DCT unit. But we would take that statement with a pinch of salt and move on. The new gearbox also gets a wet mechanism to cool off the heat that is generated from the frequent gear shifts when you creep at traffic signals. Tata says this is perfect for the Indian conditions and would also result in lesser noise and wouldn't wear out as quickly compared to the dry one, resulting in a better drivability. The shift-by-wire technology helps in negating any lag in the power delivery, but what we miss here are paddle shifters, which would have certainly made the car far more exciting to drive. Driving on the highway is pleasurable, but an additional rumble right at the bottom end of the rev band would have helped. The stiffer suspension setup is apparent and it does manage to smoothen out road anomalies at higher speeds as it works its way through the bad patches of roads. The motor is receptive best between 2500 to 4500 RPM. However, the only element seeming out of sync is the steering, as the feedback is slightly delayed and the car tends to roll at corners. The brakes, however, impart self-assurance. One thing this engine gearbox combination misses out on are the different driving modes, and we believe the sport mode would have made the car more dynamic. In terms of design, the Altroz DCA remains unchanged, and that is not a bad thing at all. What is new is the opera blue color, which looks really cool and adds a sense of freshness to the overall look of the car. The DCT patch at the rear is the only differentiating element here. The Altroz DCA Dark Edition is available on the XT and the XZ Plus trims and gets the usual dark treatment. The Altroz continues to be a handsome looking hatchback, be it in a new color or any of the old ones. The cabin retains the black and grey color combination, and that, along with the perforated leatherette upholstery on the seats, the cabin still remains premium and appealing. Tata offers the DCT unit on the XM Plus, XT, XZ, XZO and the XZ Plus variants, and so will come with a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, a 7-inch part digital instrument cluster, keyless entry with push button start stop, automatic climate control, IRA connected car tech, rain sensing wipers and a leatherette upholstery to name a few. A new addition to the Altroz is the Auto Park Lock, a new safety feature that automatically engages the park mode when put in neutral and the driver is exiting the car. Do check out a detailed tech check of the Tata Altroz DCA. Now the Altroz DCA is available in 7 trims including the dark editions, with prices ranging between 8,10,000 rupees to 9,90,000 rupees ex-showroom India. Now, the Altroz is the only car in the segment to offer a DCT unit after the Hyundai i20, as other competitors such as the Maruti Suzuki Baleno, Toyota Glanza, and even the Honda Jazz are equipped with either AMT or CVT units. The i20 1-litre turbo petrol unit with the 7-speed DCT is the sole competition to the Altroz here, but is an expensive offering with its 9,76,000 to 11,48,000 rupees price tag and is offered in only 4 trims. Nevertheless, the Altroz DCA is a more compelling prospect than the i20 DCT, as the base and top spec versions are almost 1,60,000 rupees more affordable.
Lots of features on offer and a 5-star crash test rating from Global NCAP makes the Tata Altroz a well-rounded package. And with the growing trend for DCT vehicles in the segment, Tata is betting big with the Altroz DCA and wants it to become the most preferred car in the segment. Only time will tell us if that happens or not, but before that, what you can do is tell us what you think about the car, and if you've enjoyed our video, do like and share.